folks, getting ready to launch. It's not too often I get to start a video by saying, hey, let me pull my pants down and show you something really cool. All right, what I have right here is the battery pack for lithium battery powered socks. Now, this is from Action Heat. This is not the battery pack that came with the socks. I actually got the larger size, which does actually fit in this little pouch. But if you look here, you can't really see that, but this button is, you click it for 3 different settings. And really the one that I want it on is the lowest possible setting with the larger size battery. And what that is going to do once I get into the water is really help me retain a lot of the heat that I'm going to build up in my lower leg and in particular around my toes. I've had battery powered socks before. They kind of wore out as far as the battery, but this is a new set and from a new company. And I'll be keeping you up to date with how these work, how some of the, I got a puffy jacket. I actually have a really big battery pack for a sleeping bag and some other items. Insoles, they got a lot of stuff, but I'm using the battery powered socks today and I'm hoping that keeps me warm. It started out at 26 degrees this morning. It's warmed up. It's now 34 at 9:30 a.m. So let's get out on the water. Let's go catch some smallmouth. The river's on a very slow rise. A lot of leaves out there. Man, I want to throw a jerk bait, but I think it's just I don't know, might be a real nightmare. We'll see. We'll come up with something good. So we have transitioned from what I consider bibs weather to dry suit weather. And it's really water temperature dependent. It's a sunny day. Yes, we started out at 26 and I think we'll get up into the low 50s. But that water temp, I think we're probably low 50s. Once you get below 60, 60 you can get really hypothermic. I'm still using bibs when it's low 60s, maybe even upper 50s, but mid 50s and below, you got to make sure. You got to be ready for total immersion. And I know I'll be wearing this in about a month when I take the American Canoe Association instructor certification class down in Georgia. We'll be getting in the water quite a bit then. And even though it's in Georgia, you know, it's going to be chilly water on Lake Allatoona. If you're interested in earning ACA certification so that you can be a paddling instructor, specific with a kayak fishing endorsement, that's what I'm doing. I did that back in 2001. I certified with a low-level whitewater certification, and I did 10 years of teaching people kayak fishing skills under the ACA curriculum that I've added to and added fishing. Their ACA, American Canoe Association, has this kayak fishing endorsement. So here and there today, I'm going to ease back into just fishing with paddle propulsion. So I'm moving up on this very long grass bed caused eddy. I didn't go right to the top. I'm below it. One hand paddle myself into position. Let at the anchor line. And really just pick a target up there that's the tail end of that slick calm water, in the hopes that this scented jerk shad can come to rest down there in the bottom. Nothing, no hits back here. I actually studied the the way that the leaves are moving on the surface, which I can do because we don't have wind, enough to tell that there's the main grass island that is out of the water, and then partway back there's another one that's just under the surface. I've worked the downstream side of that second one, and I lifted my anchor and I'm kind of sneaking up on making a cast a little further out. I can see there's a big old submerged grass bed right here in the middle of it. I may have to put that rear anchor down. Yeah, the current is definitely going to swing my tail up there, and I'd like to face it, so I'm staying. I got hit, and he just ran me right into a log or something. There are fish there. He whacked it. All right, I'm going to stay back here. Throw something else in there, because he's got buddies. But this is the start of a pattern for sure. Yeah, that was a good hard whack. You know, that scented jerk shad is absolutely into some wood. On, I'd say the wrong side. There's a couple fish in there. Yep. All right, we get a measurement on this guy. He is closed mouth, swinging that tail. Yeah, he touched 18 3/4. Good first fish. I think you're eating craws. All right, usually when I release a fish, I want to move them away from where I'm at, but I'm kind of tethered to this spot because this rod right here is still snagged up there, so I had to stay put with that scented jerk shad caught on the log up there. That is where I caught that, 18 3/4 incher on this, just a finesse jig. Real fine wire hook, bristle guard, bat wings. This was the follow-up bait. The first bait I threw in there was the scented jerk shad, but we figured out in really taking our time with this eddy, which extends way down there. There's actually a series of different, I don't know if you can see it here. There's grass that kind of shows up right there. If I swing around, it might actually be under me, but that grass poking out is the obvious part. That's the top of it that slows down the water, and then there's subsequent grass beds all the way down in this direction. And really the concept is, if you can start at the bottom, move your way up on the first one, then you figure out, okay, are they at the bottom, middle, or top? It makes sense that they're at the top because this is a rising river. That's the more aggressive spot, which is good. It's good that we figured that out, dialed that in on one, really taking our time with it. Now I'm just going to go to the heads of them and start there. I got to find some more grass beds, but I got to get unsnagged from that first. Good start. Very good start. All right, so here's our grass bed with the big log, which we'll see here in a minute. The flow is going this way. I could see this grass bed. I could see that there was a lot of calm water through here. I didn't just jump right into here and start fishing. I went to the more downstream end of things and really worked the tail of it, the last little bit of calm water, and you can see the leaves were just kind of sitting here. Leaves are moving through here and here, but we're still sitting here. So I hung back here, anchored up, fished all this, didn't get anything. Then paddled up here, anchored up again, and worked all this area, and I could actually work this little submerged grass bed. Didn't get anything there. It wasn't until I got in my third position, threw it up there, actually hung up on that log there after getting hit. I got hit, I set the hook, and it, you know, dug into that log. I did the follow-up bait with the Finesse jig and got that nice fish. But the concept is that you know, to kind of start your day, you pick an eddy, a big one, and you pick it apart and you fish the bottom, middle, and top. When the river's rising, generally they move up to the tops. When it's low or on a long drop, they kind of spread out in it, and when it's really low, they'll get down towards this kind of pinch off area here. So, but with the river rising today, you know, I figured this out early in the day. Hey, there's a good bite near the top. They're aggressive, and you're about to see me fish a lot of the heads of eddies, and in particular, looking for that wood. Yeah, there is a massive tree trunk split that way, and that's what these fish were on in the sun. Man, did I snag it that good. All right, on to the next one. Little guy, the next eddy. Comes another target. We're gonna drift down beyond it and then come in the bottom and work up to the top. So I'm drifting down along it and wait until I can position down here somewhere and cast up into it. But I'm getting a good preview of just looking at that foam and just assessing it, figuring out where the calmest spot is. Be really nice if there was a big log in the middle of that, but that's the highest percentage area based on where I've caught them so far today. But you don't want to overlook what's back here either. There's some leaves there that are just sitting. Yeah, there's some still water there. I've double anchored again. There's a lot of cross currents further back from that grass. It's fairly deep compared to a lot of what I've seen. Can't believe I haven't been bit here. I've thrown the scented jerk shad and the Finesse jig with the bat wings craw, and I have not felt a log in there. It may be, I do think there's a big log in an eddy like this is something that makes it a nicer place for those big fish to be. Give them some cover. Maybe that log holds some heat, because we have really gotten cold here in recent days. Foam, a little bit of submerged grass. The foam goes way down there. I don't want to get too close. Okay, so I did throw the jerk bait on. I figured there wasn't a lot of leaves directly in this eddy. Many of the leaves were from are floating down where there is current. So first cast with a jerkbait, and I got this, I don't know, 14-incher maybe. So at least on this one I know there's a big piece of wood in it. I don't know how deep it is, but I'll slide in here on the bottom, lob a few casts up in there. What we got here? I don't know what we got here. Oh, it's a big smallmouth, I believe. It's a very large fish. Oh yes. Alright, stay buttoned. Stay buttoned. Stay buttoned. Okay. Big log, still water, black jig, fine wire hook. Oh, I didn't feel him bite. Oh, owner 5318. Good one. All right, still water. However that is created. This one was created by ledge. He was right on that wood. Oh man. Ground. I'm regaining some muscles. One hand paddling. Using my elbows. Just gotta get up in this eddy so you can breathe. Use that motor anytime, choosing not to for a while. I'll tell you, if I get a power fishing presentation going like that, like a jerkbait, I'm gonna put you on the boga grip fishy. I will go right back to using that motor, but to paddle and use finesse presentations, pretty good, man. You're not pushing yourself through areas that finesse fishing will work really well. You pretty much have to work what's in front of you a little bit more, and that works with this. You're less apt to just zoom off to the next spot if this one didn't work with the first two casts. There's a time for that, but right now is not that time. Maybe this afternoon, we'll see. This is a perfect example of a fish that was just there. He's 18 and a half. He's a nice looking 18 and a half. Yeah. I bet he has friends. All right, I'm gonna release him back this way so he doesn't go tell on me. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yep, he went that way. Good. Good. All right, we're going to go that way. You got friends. So, thus far, I've not found any concentration where I get a whole bunch in one spot. It's been one here, one there, so I think I will pick up the pace, keep throwing the jig, because that's getting a better bite. And, just hit more spots that are at the top of the eddy that have wood. Yeah, let's go do that. So the foam pocket on this one is really impressive. Some of it's back here, and I'd be more excited with this lower end if it wasn't on the rise. When it's on the rise, they're at the head. When it's starting to fall, or when it is low, they're at the back. All right, I'm back on the motor. I'll do a little more paddling later, but I'm really just trying to ease back into getting my paddling muscles back in shape, endurance-wise. You know, I've always been strong in a burst because I go to the gym and I work on those core muscles. But I don't know. I want to pick up the pace and go from spot to spot, and I'm just arrived at another one. But yeah, I for sure think, you know, it's like running a marathon. You start with a 20-minute jog, then you do a 5K, 10K. I've actually done a half marathon, but you work up to it. In the paddling, maybe it's not a great analogy because I don't know. Kayak fishing with just a paddle is something you get exercise and you don't even know. You don't notice it. You notice it the next day though, and that's what I'm hoping for. I'm gonna go several more times, in the month in between now and when I take the class, and I'll work up to actually not bringing the motor. And why is it important for people to have these skills if they have the motor? Like, you got a motor, you're good, right? No, not really. For one, if the motor has an issue, you want to have those paddling skills. Two, if the conditions get really rough and you have, windy or whitewater conditions or something that happens, you want to be able to have that skill set and have that strength. And in particular, you want to have a solid sweep stroke, which I think I'm going to do videos on sweep stroke, brace, and I've already done the reboarding one, but those three in particular: sweep stroke, brace, and reboarding practice. They are so critical. There's a lot of other things that you should know how to do with a paddle, but for being safe, if you think I got the motor, I'm good, you're not. You're really not. And that's why I'm getting back into the teaching. GoPro, start recording. Yeah, that was a good big old rock eddy. And yep, help if I get you in the net. All right. They like the black jig. Ooh, he's got the black splotches on the tail too. All right. Oh, I got him good. This one hit it moving. I just picked it up to recast it. It's interesting. Okay. I don't know. He's a nice 15 and a half, maybe 16 incher. See you, guy. So this is a perfect kind of long eddy created by a pretty large current break up there that you want to throw the jerkbait in, because if you throw the jig here, it takes a lot of time, and you can quickly cut up this eddy from bottom to top. I'd say, you know, we learned pretty early in the day by doing that exactly, really dissecting the eddy with the jig, that the high percentage spot, the eat spot today, was at the top. So I'm gonna work, you know, pretty quickly up through the eddy with the jerkbait, just to see if I got any of them just cruising around, you know, on some subsequent like submerged grass bed or log somewhere here at the back. Covering more water with the jerk. That looks a little better on the jerkbait. I barely have this one hooked. One hook. Oh, gotcha. So big old logs like that coming down. That's your sign that this river's rising. So even though I've had a good, you know, start to a jerkbait bite, when I come across something like that, I gotta put the jig in. The jig has been the source. Oh, and I just snagged it. Has been the source for the better bites, the higher quality ones, and I just screwed it up and snagged. All right, I will now throw the jerkbait because the jig is snagged. Oh, this fish is under so much freaking wood. Get in there. I just did a Drew Gregory grab. Oh, what a mess. Wait till you see where this fish was. In a big old log jumble. This position I'm in actually right now, way better than the position I was in when I caught him. I was actually out here casting across a couple of these branches. There's Alright, I'm actually on the phone with my buddy Jameson. Oh, and he's off. Alright, I gotta pick up my, yeah, I'm here. I dropped the phone to reel in the fish. GoPro, stop recording. Alright, that was 3 quick bites from this log jam here. I think I may keep running up this bank where the sun's hitting it and see if I can find more log jams. I'm on that same log jam, and I'm on the upstream side of it. There's all kinds of fish on this. You're a nice one. Can I put my thumb in your mouth, please? Thank you. God, I think there's some wood jammed up in there. Can't really see it, but you know, you see this river enough in summer, you know that high water puts those big logs at the tails of those islands. And if there's enough depth, that has sort of been a thing. Like, log jams or wood in general hasn't been as good if there wasn't depth. Depth, still water, hard bottom, good piece of wood. That's part of the combo. And yeah, if there's an eddy, they're at the top of it. Yeah, just working up the shoreline. Throwing a jig at wood. Get in there. Yep. Wood is good. Wood is good. Alright, so I get to come out again tomorrow. Catch some more of these. Nice 17.5 incher. I still got time today, but it's nice when you get a pattern going. See you guys. And you can go again the next day and really have something dialed in. So I think tomorrow it's just going to be all about how many times can I put the finesse jig on wood with deep water. I gotta move him away. This one's a bear fish. I really didn't expect this bank to be as good as it's been. Alright. Yeah, used. Oh, you're big. Oh, big. Alright, yeah. Get you in there. Yes. Oh, they're so much fun. So much fun. I gotta make more of these jigs. These finesse jigs that are with the owner 5318s. I have some, but I know that I poured some for that for the gobies. It's the same head, and I definitely got to pour some more. I'm gonna go over, take a quick pic of this guy for the thumbnail for this video. Beautiful fish. Let's see what he is. Yeah, he's a little over 19. He's not 19 and a quarter, but that's a solid 19-inch fish. All right, we'll get a photo here with this beautiful sun and the wood in the background. I like it. Alright, got my pick. Let's let this beautiful 19-incher go. Pressure's come off the throttle, maybe. Make it easier on this fish. Yep, I'm on a pretty good concentration of these fish. Yeah. Oh, big jump. Big jump. I'm gonna run you away from that bank. Some big head shakes. Closer you. Closer you. Oh, you're pretty close. Yeah, you're pretty close. Oh, big girl. Come on, get in the net. Oh, another 18 plus for sure. On the board is 18 3/4. So many good fish, all eating the jig. Thank you for eating the jig. And for sure some craws. All right, see ya. That 18 3/4 came off of this log here. You can see from the leaves, they're just sitting down there, and that there's a trunk of that log sticking right into the deadest part of that that eddy, that's where that fish was. So the concept of high water refuge, places that they can hang out in, and there's not a lot of flow when it's really cold and really high. Brookover taught me, you know, how important that is, and he took me out here when this river was very high in his jet boat, and there were just there was 3 places we went to, and the river was way up, and they were the only places that had no current. There weren't big areas of that, but man, they were packed in there. And creek mouths are one of them, the ends of islands, anywhere there's a big notch where there's a steep bank and some kind of, you know, some kind of current deflector, that there is some water on that steep bank that just is not moving. And in this case, you know, these braided islands are steep banked, and there's many of them, lots of hiding places. It's a cool area. But Brooke gave me that gift of understanding why that is important, because these fish are in the winter, their metabolism is slow, they can't fully adjust, they don't have a whole lot of energy to expend to go a long distance to get out of the way of heavy flow. So man, I think I just found a good spot. But yeah, when it floods in winter, especially when there's a flood that releases a bunch of ice, man, that is just gotta be hopping in an industrial size dryer with a bunch of cinder blocks. It's just, you're in the wrong place, you do not survive. So this is a cool spot, and you find them in November. You find these aggregations. I don't think these fish were packed in here, you know, as densely as they are 2-3 weeks ago. You know, I think that they move towards these as it cools off, so that they can expend less energy. And you know, there's probably a 1/4 mile stretch behind me that I've caught all those fish. Maybe not even that much. When it gets cold, that aggregation, that area that you find them in, gets tighter and tighter and tighter until it's winter, and there's just yep, that eddy, and they're in there, and they may not eat until 3:32 in the afternoon, but when they do, it's gonna pop off. You know, you'll have your half hour of activity, and you catch some good ones in that half hour. And I'm not saying you won't catch them the rest of the day, but in winter, usually late afternoon, they wake up and they pick their moment and say, all right, let's eat. So here's a little hint. If there's a lot of wood and a lot of trash that collects in a certain area, it can be a good winter hole for smallmouth. I think that collection of fish that I found right there is near this, because man, there's a split of 1, 2, 3 islands. There's a cut through there. There's a lot going on here that in high water, especially in winter, they got a place to, you know, to hang out and not fight a lot of current. So in November, there will be aggregations of fish. Like I went for periods of today and didn't catch much over a long stretch, and then I get to a spot like this and they're all here. Dude, you quit flipping around, I'll get you back in the water. But there's a lot of fish here, and that aggregation of trash is a sign when the river comes up. That's where the river deposits it. I think in flood conditions, all these fish pull up into this end of this island here, all this wood. Yeah. So go picking up trash. Go find areas where there's like a whole bunch in one area with some wood. You know, you're taking care of the river, but you're also probably finding good winter water. All right, I'm gonna give this bank one more pass, and then I think my day is about over. It's getting chilly. Yeah, it's definitely this bank today. What do you think? Is he as tall as he is long? Telling me, hey Jeff, we're all gonna be right in this area until like third week of March. You're big enough to run out here into the current. Oh. You got some shoulders. You require a net. You getting tired? Ew. Yeah, you're pretty big. You're pretty big. Oh, yes. You are pretty big. Big and heavy. Heavy, heavy. Yep. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be my 5th over 18, I believe. They just keep coming. How big? I think you're 18. No. Another 18 and 3/4. Yeah. 18 and 3/4. But yeah, for sure that's 5 over 18. I bet you I got 92 and a quarter, somewhere in there. Pretty good day. Really good day right on that bank. I didn't look at it from a distance and say, ooh, that's gonna be it. I just kept throwing the jig on wood, and like it just kept happening there. And again, this is how you find winter holes. You go out in November and you just fish, and you find areas that it's just like, whoa, they're all here. Why? Well, they're near something. I think they're near the end of those islands there where I picked up the trash, where there's that high water refuge. Yep. Another good one. I do keep my drag. I don't know if you've noticed, my drag is pretty loose. I don't need a lot of power to set the hook with that fine wire hook. In fact, if I have too much on there, they straighten it out. And you don't need a real powerful hook set on this, which really makes it nice winter fishing. Frequently they set the hook on themselves. I got away from those trees. I will have to unspin this line. Like, the more you do this, the more line twist you develop. So I think on the way back, I'll cut the jig off and just trail it behind and let it spin. Another nice chunky chunks. See ya. Coming. One more. Oh, I was getting ready to bring that in. Oh, and you got off. That's okay. Caught enough. Have I? Did I really say that? What I was saying is I gotta go because it's dark. And, not everything. I caught them I didn't catch them on a scented jerk shad. I caught them on the jerk bait. But man, this sucker, this finesse jig did work. Look in the tackle crafting section or tackle crafting playlist, and I don't know. There's a lot of videos about how I make finesse jigs, but the key is that owner 5318 fine wire hook. It's very it's thin, and when they move with it and it's in their mouth, it just digs in. So I am letting line out to unspin some spinny stuff I got going on here because I had my drag set so loose. I didn't earlier in the day, and I broke one off. I actually had that fish jump and tell me how he was not happy with me for leaving the jig in him. He was good. He was big too. But how'd the day start? The day started with me really working an eddy really thoroughly from the most downstream, middle, and then top. And got 2 bites, lost the first one hanging up on the big log, caught the second one and said, that's a pattern starter. Went to another similar eddy, caught another 18 plus inch fish, and that's what you want to do, is to find a pattern and just ride it out. And I rode it out until I found this place, and man, there's a lot of them there. There's a whole lot of fish in one spot, and I'm excited to go back here in December, January, and figure out. They're not going to stay on that bank. I really don't think they will stay on that bank. I think where they want to be is tucked up into those braided islands, but they're near it, and that's what you do in November. Find concentrations of fish, and man, was that a good one. That will tell you, yes, you are near where they're going to be all winter. Here on the Susquehanna, they do spread out a little bit more with the the flathead catfish moving upstream some more. They push them out of the really good ones, but I don't think I don't think they abandon all the winter holes. And man, there's going to be a whole lot of winter there. But anyhow, good day out here. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you.